This is the George Rogers Clark Battle Trail that extended from Cincinnati, the mouth of the Little Miami River, northward to the Indian towns. And the first major town, of course, was Chalagata, which is Old Chillicothe. This is beloved Tanya cleaning her boots, like most ladies, persnickety of cleanliness in the woods. And here's a beautiful river, a shot of it. Placid Little Miami, scenic river, beautiful clear water, 2 to 3 feet deep in most places, easily obtained by canoe and boat, approximately 40 yards across up here in this part of the state. And this battle road was in use for roughly 50 years by the Virginia militia, who was scripted by Governor Dinwiddie, and then Lord Murray himself, Lord John Murray Dunmore, sent men, including George Washington, to survey and finally to capture the Shawnee, Delaware, and Miami and Wyandot tribes, who had their stronghold here at Old Chillicothe, which is approximately 12 miles up this path. So this path is roughly 230 years old, and you can see the vestige of it. It's just 2 wagon ruts for the supply wagons, and it's in fairly good shape, considering all the flora and fauna of this area, and now it's heavily infested with this invasive honeysuckle from China that came over in the 1840s. There was none of this in the frontier times. The trees, like this hackberry tree here, were rather large. Most of them were between 4 and 5 feet in diameter, and some were 10 feet in diameter. And you see that large sycamore across the river. It's a rather imposing with its white crown. It looks like a ghost at night when the moonlight's on the river. Now this will give you a good indication of what the river looks like today. In the old days, the river was possibly a lot wider because the trees were a lot taller and had a lot more limbs and branches and leaves. It gathered more rain and dripped into the river in greater quantity, so the river was larger and a bit deeper. But as we can see it, this river is very clean. And some of the water tests are 20 out of 23 for cleanliness, and even better than that in some places. They're almost perfectly clean, free of septic, sewage, and all the runoff that comes from farm animals and fertilizers. So that's to give you a good idea of what our land here in Little Miami looks like.